Hello and happy Wednesday, and welcome to another Wellness Wednesday chat with LT. Yours truly, Latasia Wright, the LT in Living Well with LT and LT Wellness. I'm happy to have you here with me today, and today I'm going to discuss a diet lifestyle choice. Today, so many people are making changes and concerned about what is going into their body. And if you're like me, when you're at the beginning of the journey, it can be very confusing and very overwhelming of what should I eat, what should I not eat, what causes cancer, what doesn't cause cancer. People are starting to become more aware of inflammation in the food that causes inflammation, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The list begins to go on. So I'm just going to let you know a little bit about my journey and what I decide and my philosophy on what you eat. So I began very simple with watching documentaries. And if you view this from my Facebook page, you will see a list of documentaries that I watched that begin to shape how I eat and what I thought about foods that should go into my body. The first video that I watched was Super Size Me. If you've never seen this, please go watch it, especially if you're still eating fast food. And I still do, but only at specific places. But it was the first time that I was made aware of the process and the things that are happening in the factories to produce food and produce food quickly. And then after that, I went into Food Inc. I watched Hungry for Change, Food Matters, and most recently, Forks Over Knives. Now, all of these documentaries have the same thing in common about food, nutrition, what is it doing to our body, and maybe what should we eliminate. I will say that each documentary varies a little bit in their philosophy on what you should eliminate and how you should approach how you eat, which kind of brings me to this video that I'm sharing with you today on how do you make your choice? What do you choose? It can be confusing. What program to use, what lifestyle to choose. Should I be vegan? Should I be pescatarian? Should I be paleo? I know all of that can be confusing. But my main tip would be do what your body reacts to well. You do have to do research. The documentaries are a great place to start. And then you just kind of got to test and trial if you're not in a serious medical issue position. If you're not have a medical issue that is making you be a little bit stricter, you have time to kind of figure out and cleanse and clean up your body and your diet. So for me, it started with those documentaries. It started with conversations with friends, learning from other people's situation experiences that made me kind of just slowly grow and understand and seek more knowledge about what is happening to our food. So I mainly start with just trying to lose weight. And I'm a fitness professional, so I know how to work out. I know how to work out hard. And at one point in my life, I would take 2 to 3 classes a day and the weight was just not coming off. I may lose 2 or 3 pounds, but gain 5 pounds back if I just have a bad weekend. I had some commitment issues, but then again, there came points and bouts at a time for months that I would just go so hard in the gym and could not get the weight off. And I didn't feel good in my skin. So that brought me to a place where it's like, something is not right. Something is not, why am I not able to get this weight off? I've been eating vegetables and chicken all week. And so as I learned more, I learned about the chemicals that are in our foods. I learned about the food that is not necessarily what we're used to eating anymore, that affects your body. And it really came to a point that I started getting stomach issues and hives all across my body. And the word toxicity came up in a conversation, and I dug deeper and realized that that's what I was experiencing in my body. I was eating processed foods. I was eating at more fast food restaurants. I wasn't getting enough fruit and vegetables in my diet, and I had to get to a place where I was like, something has to change more in my diet. I also went and saw an allergist that told me that hives just happen. And guys, when I say I had hives, they would cover my chest, cover my thighs, the inside of my arms. I would wake up with my eyes closed. That just does not happen. I'm a person that had no allergies my whole life. I've never had a hive until to that point. I may have had 2 or 3 isolated situations 3 years before I actually got to the point where I went to the doctor, and it just became very persistent. And for the doctor to give me an allergy test, and I reacted to nothing that they tested me on besides grass, and for the doctor to tell me that it just happens. Some people just develop reaction, take extra Benadryl. That was a pivotal moment for me, which really shaped a lot of philosophies that I have about the medical field, but that's a conversation for another day. But at the very least, doctors are scientists, so things just don't happen that drastically like that. So something was causing it, but for whatever reason, he wasn't digging deeper or trying to figure out deeper. So that's what sent me to my food source. And the documentaries confirm what I started believing. There's something in this food. It may not necessarily be just gluten. It may be the preservatives. It may be the chemicals that are put in these foods that eventually just beat your immune system down. And I got to a place, it's just like I started getting a handle on my diet, but my energy didn't get better. So I was starting to lose weight. I probably got down to, 20 pounds down on my own, but it took me like 2 to 3 years to get that there. And then I was introduced to an amazing system that essentially, in a quick summary, fuse your body with the best nutrition by blending science and nature together, and then cleansing your body on a cellular level to take all of the toxins out of your body. I felt amazing. Energy was boosted, and I was like, everyone deserves these products. So that's what I decided to use. It may not be for everybody, but you do have to explore the world of nutrition and what's going on with our food. Eating clean and organic is not enough anymore. There are so many people that are saying they eat completely clean and organic and have low energy, popping a Monster. They are overweight. They are lethargic. They're having hormonal issues, which is the proof in the pudding that even though these foods are better and you should lean towards more organic, they are not giving you enough. Our food is depleted because of the soil, the toxins in the air. I can go on and on and on. I get very passionate about it because I feel like we should be able to go to the grocery store in faith and just pick whatever we want to eat if we know it's healthy, and feel good in our body and know that it's the best. But that's not the case anymore. So I'm not going to impose my thoughts on you, but definitely do your research. And how you make a decision is what does your body react to. If you're getting a lot of reactions from dairy, eliminate dairy. I definitely believe that maybe we were never meant to take in dairy products because it's for cows. But there was a point that no one was having reactions and people weren't drinking it as often as we were. It's the same thing with meat. I think meat is causing inflammations in the body, and definitely if you're not doing organic meats, the hormones, I feel like that can be linked to cancer, and there's research that proves that. But if you think about us as a species, the human race, years ago, ate plants, fish, deer, probably whatever animal they could catch, and were living fine, you know what I mean? But they were having meats in such scarcity and probably more fruits and vegetables that they were healthier. So I believe in a certain amount of balance. And if your bodies were acting to certain things, then maybe you can have it. But I think the process of what you choose is so personal. So yeah, Whole30 may be your thing. It may be coupled with something else. It may be only that. It may be completely vegetarian. It may be paleo with high meats and just vegetables. No carbs. I don't recommend that because we need carbs, but it's just where the carbs coming from. But getting rid of the bread and gluten, all that. I mean, I think above the natural things that occur in nature as far as vegetables and meat, I think that's probably more of a priority getting out of your diet. Anything that we man-made in this process is probably more damaging to our systems than the meat and the vegetables. But then again, choose wisely. I choose to focus on more organic everything. If I am going to get bread, I want to do more organic bread. I want to do things that are natural. I want to do things with less hormones. I am on a journey and still in a process. Budget does affect these things. So I understand that some people can't just go and shop at Whole Foods. I can't at this point. So there may be a thing or two that I trust that I don't necessarily get certified organic, but get something that has a natural and a company, a brand, a store that I trust that it is actually all natural like they're saying. So that's how I choose my diet. There's things and goals and aspirations I have to eliminate from my diet eventually, but I also have things that I love, cheese. But I think I may get rid of dairy at some point. It's a long-term goal, not necessarily within the next year, but maybe in the next 10 years, it may be something I eliminate completely because I have issues with skin and my scalp, and some of the documentaries I've watched linked dairy to those issues. So you'll do what you feel comfortable with. If you have strong reactions, nothing worse than stomach pain. You will make a decision quicker for yourself if you don't. But if you're not aware of all these things, or you're not doing your research, you're not watching these documentaries or reading articles, please do. We're not in a place anymore where we can just trust the industries as far as foods, pharmaceutical, and medical to give us the things that we need. And those are my tips for you. It's more my journey and how I decide to eat. If you have any questions, please definitely let me know. If you're interested in the wellness partners I use to supplement and get more nutrition in my body outside of my planned eating, I am happy to give you those tips and information about that as well. Once again, my name is Latasia Wright, the LT and Living Well with LT and LT Wellness. We hope you revive your mind, body, and spirit, evolve your mind, and energize your life. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. I'll be going live today. This is the last Wednesday of the month, so I'll go live around 8 o'clock. I'll answer your questions, tell little stories. I already have a couple questions that come in to my PM box. So if you're shy about going live, send me a message if you have a question about anything. I'll talk a little bit on this topic and answer any questions from any of my other topics from the month. Hope you have a wonderful day.